And action. Let's go, Rob Dog. We are at round 16 and we're going to bring you the preview right now.
Oh my gosh. It is the final bye round.
Finally.
Final bye round. I'm sick of it. It's kept me awake at night.
It's a worse round for me this week.
But the best thing is there's no more buys. So we know where teams sit. I don't get it. There's always like 14, 15, 13, 14, 15. I'm like, where are they meant to be? What's the 8 actually looking like?
It's too hard to tell. Me and you were sitting at dinner, we're having a conversation about it, just about to have some curry, and my head was spinning, and I just couldn't work it out, and we couldn't work out where the ladder was going to sit. So after this round, give it maybe 2 rounds, and then we'll really be able to dial in on it.
Then everyone's level playing field, and we'll see where they sit percentage-wise, who's going to get in the 8. I don't know. I don't know who's going in, who's coming out. It might not change. I know.
And we've made some early calls this year on teams missing 8. Yeah. And now they're hitting a bit of form. And I'm going, did we go a bit early?
No.
I don't know. But I don't think we did.
No, we didn't. We're just gone off form. We go off a 4-week analysis. So we see those 4 weeks and we say, what's going on here? Who they got coming up? I don't look into the future. I don't know.
With it, we've been pretty fair.
It's been good. We haven't talked shit about any team, but it's been like, oh, they're crap. Freo copped it for a while because they did suck.
They're there. They're going for their 6th straight win this week.
They're 6th on the ladder.
And well, then, like I said, if somehow one of those teams jump in that we did, we'll go back to the vision and we'll say we got it wrong.
There could be Carlton or Port Adelaide or someone like
Sydney.
Imagine the Blues going on a run.
Can Sydney do it? Could they do this historic? We've written them up. We gave them to round 12 and they just weren't showing enough.
Yeah.
And I watch Isaac Heaney in the mornings on Sunrise. He's got a little segment on there for the Telstra. Yeah. He seems to have some good belief. So
they've got the Doggies this week, and it's not it's not out of reach. Like they can beat them at home.
No, well they get
Sydney can beat anyone at home.
Yeah. So who knows? It could be about the right time of the season to be catching form. Is probably around about now.
You'd want to.
If you're not in, you really want to start your campaign now. If you're still a chance for the 8.
Some teams would feel the pressure, saying, "Okay, it's getting too far to reach." But then I guess I've been in a situation. I was at the Blue Baggers during the Essendon saga that year.
Yeah.
We didn't know what was going to happen if they were going to play finals or not. They made the finals and the AFL took it off them. So I think they finished 8th or 7th or something.
Yeah.
They got taken out of it. We finished 9th. We beat Port Adelaide on the last weekend.
Wow.
We finished 9th. I think we won by 3 points. That put us into the top 8.
Then
we played Rich Word. That was the one where I punched the ball over the line and then went down the other and kicked the goal. We weren't meant to be there.
Yeah, okay.
So anything can happen.
What happened? Did you boys know, or like
we knew the week going into it.
Oh, so you on the piss already?
No.
No. Okay, last game.
There was a couple of results had to happen. I think Brisbane were around the mark 2. Port needed to win.
Yeah, right.
So I was like, we had to win, and we knew that week going into it.
Okay, so it wasn't a premature celebration. We're done, boys. This is our day, and then all of a sudden it happened. So you knew. Okay.
AFL come out, I think, the week just before, and was like, okay, they're getting stripped of their points.
Geez, that'd have to be the luckiest gift of all time.
But it'd be even worse. Richmond, they finished 5th, I think. The 5th place 8th. I can't remember what it was. And they were meant to be pretty good that year. Okay. We came in and they were pumping us in the first half, and then Robbo kicks a couple of snags, and then we're back in front, and then we beat them. And then we got pumped by City.
Was that one of your best games of your career?
It was no way.
I think
I had 27-2, maybe.
Was it a making game for you though?
No, I was already dominating that.
Okay.
That was a really good year.
Okay. So you were.
I was already established, but that was to beat them when we weren't meant to be there. It's just it's funny.
I've had chats to you about this game. We'll get through this, but I was just it was a crazy game, hey? The crowd was mental.
It was the loudest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, you always say that.
I don't know the Richter scale or whatever they have at games, but when we got in front, I did that stuff up on the goal line and punched it over, and then I think Vickery or who was the mullet ruckman back then?
Marriage.
Marriage. Yeah, I think he might have hit the shot. I can't remember. But then he kicked the goal, and then that put him back in front, and then I went down the other end. A few minutes later, kicked the goal. And it was just
the crowd was off its head.
I was just like, thank you. Because my career flashed before my eyes. I could feel Mick Malthouse from the ground up in the...
Yeah, you could feel him. Yeah. It's funny, those games, because a lot of AFL players, you don't really hear the crowd and how loud it is.
That was.
But then I have been in games at one of the finals, and I said, this is the first time I'm actually feeling crowd pressure, noise.
Think like Carlton Richmond in a final.
Yeah, exactly. So this is only at the Gabba with 36,000, and I was...
On that, I've talked to Collingwood players and during that, and they've been. I think they would have been in a grand final. They might have lost. Who did they lose to? They lost to West Coast, and they said the Gabba in the finals Or maybe it was a Richmond player, I can't really remember. And they said the Gabba in the finals is louder than the MCG.
Yeah, it's just like a little super dome, bro.
Yeah, they said
like
that.
Stacks in. It's weird. It's just like compact. And
it was definitely Richmond.
A full Gabba is like a little super dome. It's really loud. But anyway, that was the first time. So let's get stuck into it.
Yeah, round 16, baby, off the bat. And this is a pressurecooker.com.au / both these teams need a win.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It's Carlton versus Port Adelaide.
So this is so big, this game. And my mate texted me today, said, you getting on COD tonight? I said, absolutely not. The footy's on.
Oh, who was that?
Tom Forden.
Big Fullo.
And he said, you're obsessed with Carlton.
No, this is a big game.
And I said, I'm not obsessed. I'm obsessed with seeing the result of this game.
Yeah, you can't just check the scores on your phone.
And what's going to come of it and what happens throughout the game. So this one, for a bloke that's on the fence and a bystander that don't support these two clubs, this is a lot riding on this game.
Big time.
For now and what happens after.
I feel that Port don't really have that much riding on it. Like if they win, great. But if they lose, like we expect them to not make finals.
Yeah.
Carlton.
Yeah.
Like it's been every publication all week, like every single social media platform, all the accounts, they're all talking about Vossi. So he'd be feeling it. Like this is.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sure he's talked to everyone upstairs in the admin and he's talked to the right people. He's like, hey, what's going on? Like,
yeah, of course. You'd have to have some.
I don't even know when he's contracted to. It could be out this week, this year, but they don't care if you're contracted for a year or two. They will. If the fans want it, I mean that's the thing about the Blues. If the fans want it, they usually listen, but then the pressure goes to the committee upstairs. Like, they sack anyone because everyone wants to coach Carlton.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately for Vossi, I've seen the comments and stuff just on our couple of posts. Like, he's had his time. Like, he's had a lot of time, and they've made finals with the list. They have a pretty good list. This year they've had a lot of injuries, and it just looks all over the place.
They're meant to have the personnel to not be sitting in this position.
They do have the personnel.
Like Sam McClure, this guy.
What did he say?
He said in the preseason he has them as flag favourites.
Okay, no.
With the list they have.
I thought they would have played finals.
It was something around the lines like that.
I do remember him saying something like that.
Like right up there at least anyway. Way too high.
I've seen the ones when they like do the like past things, something they said in the past, and then they bring it up the now.
Yeah,
they've lost shit.
But it's blokes having a crack at.
But if it comes off, McClure looks like he's got a bit of respect about
So it's just blokes having a crack at things, and that's fine.
So the past four, the Blues have out of the past four, the Blues have won 3. Port won last year though. So
yes.
So if you're going off like recent results, Port they won. But if you're going off like a coach would think, hey, 3 out of 4 games is pretty bloody good. So they're going to go over there and they got to. Yeah, I think Cripps is going to play, right? It could be mind games.
We see Cripps is in.
Yeah, it could be mind games though.
Yeah,
because he can come out before the game starts
easily.
Yeah,
and so they're sore anyway. Yeah. Cripps is sore. There was a question mark. He didn't do the captain's run.
A few of them would be.
Wiedering's meant to be sore as well.
Yeah. And what does sore for the people at home? What does sore mean?
Well,
you don't do much main training. You're just getting through the week.
You're just getting through to be cherry for the game. Like,
you touch and go.
He doesn't need this extra load.
Yeah.
His extra loads come in game night.
Yeah.
So just get him to the game and let him bust out what he's got left.
So if you see like footage like at Icon Park, you see him running laps, or he's just doing a little bit of like he's on the ground doing touch or something, and not in the main drills.
Yeah.
It's not because something's damaged or bad. It's because he was managing his load. Just give him a rest. The bloke's like 30-something years old.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to do every session.
Just get him to where you need him the most. You don't need him the most at training.
Just save the cobwebs for like captain's run. Have a little trot on captain's run. A little bit extra. Nothing like lap or anything, but just get your body going.
So they've got some players that are sore. So I don't know if a Port may, go up.
2 big ins for them though.
Yeah, big ins with Alir and Boki. But Port might make it hard for them. They might go, let's play a physical brand of footy like North Melbourne did to them.
Yeah.
You've seen what happened, and, they're already sore.
I can just envision Butters doing it right now.
Yeah, so maybe they'll hit him a lot of body for him tonight. So
is Pal Pepper playing? Pal Pepper.
Yeah,
even
so
if he isn't,
it can definitely be used as a tactic.
Port have done this before and it's backfired though. Do you remember that game?
Yeah, I did.
Went after our captain,
Lockie Neal.
Chalky Neal, and it didn't work.
No, they got
kicked 9 goals in the first quarter against them.
So,
right. Kenny, if before the game, where are you? If before the game, don't let everyone know that you're going after someone. Just let the viewers see it. Yes. Don't say it because it doesn't look good when it backfires like that.
Righto, Rob. If Carlton lose, is Voss all gone? Yes or no? Just plain yes or no.
Okay, I'm going to say no. Okay. But can I elaborate now?
Yes.
It's not a team that if you lose to them, it's bad. Like, it's not bad. They're 12th.
No,
12th ladder.
But it's bad what's been happening.
Yes.
And it's another mark.
I reckon
it's another dent in the armour.
He's literally, there's nothing left after this. he has like, I don't know who they're playing like after. We can find out in a second, but this is probably his last chance.
So lose.
I reckon he's got one more up his sleeve. And if he has another bad loss, then they're going to have to call a press.
Okay. So what happens if lose sees out the end of the year? Gone?
Yeah. If they don't make finals or come close, if they drop to like 14th or 15th, see you, mate.
Gone. Okay.
Yeah. And I'd love to know where his contracts are, but they're definitely going to do a full blown review.
I feel for Vossi.
From the top to bottom.
I feel for him.
Well, fuck.
But it's the industry.
We could feel for him, but he could be shit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I know. And it is the industry, so it's just what it is.
You got to make a couple of finals. The Blue Baggers, we're back, and then
yeah, exactly.
The Lions just did it to you. But yeah, that game it's $1.65 for Port, so they're already favourites. The Blues are $2.25. So
it's in Adelaide. It's a
tough
hard one.
Win, yeah.
You know,
I reckon they can smell blood, Port, and they're like, we're going to go after him, bash him up, and we'll get over the line.
And they'll have this glimmer of we may be able to get to the 8.
Yeah, so they got a lot more playing, I feel like.
They're
less pressure, but more to play for.
Yeah.
And also, Boki's a huge inclusion just for like the person he is, not because he's going to dominate or anything.
And we know what Aaliyah does.
Yeah, he's just going to stop
when he's at his best, so...
Yeah, but we'll go to the next game where it's kind of a similar story for one of these teams. It is Sydney versus Bulldogs. Swannies are, who knows? I don't see them winning every game from here on and making finals.
No, well, it'd be some sort of run.
Coxie would be like, where were you boys earlier in the year?
It could be an ultimate story, though.
It'd be a great story. It's just like, if they go on a full-blown run now, it's similar to Brizzy.
Yeah.
Will they win a granny? Who knows? You never know.
Again,
the doggies are...
These teams that are on the 24 points, Sydney, Carlton, Port, they might be relying on other results at the end of the year as well.
It's definitely going to be like that.
You're not in a great position. It's too tight. But, hey, you never know. It's so random.
It's a big game for another reason too. It is Bontempelli's 250th.
Yeah.
Now, this bloke's only 29. He turns 30 in November. He's got ages in footy.
He's done a lot.
He's got ages.
Yeah.
250 at 29. Okay. He's got plenty of time. He'll be a 35-year-old player.
He gets 350?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll definitely scratch a hunchie up that after this.
How much longer before we see the 350 games start to die out?
Soon, I reckon.
Like 300 will be the new 350?
Hugh McCluggage he has every right to break like a 400 record.
You think?
Well, he hasn't missed a beat.
Yeah.
I think he's missed like 2 or 3 games.
He's flying. He is flying.
There's another player recently who's played like potentially 90% of, 95% of his whole career. I think 6-7 years in. I can't remember who it was. But I reckon if anyone's going to do 400, big call, Cotton, Hugh McCluggage can get to 400, I reckon, if there's any player. Professional, great, like fit as hell. He can play outside, inside, so he's never going to have not a role in the team.
It just takes one bad luck injury though.
I'm just he might not hit it.
But the way they're tracking,
I'm saying like if there's anyone I think that could, it's and him. Someone I know pretty well, it's him.
I like that call. Yeah. I really do.
Because Bez breaks down. Bez has played a lot of games.
Yeah.
Rayner's played a shitload of footy. Bailey's played a lot of footy.
Yep.
But they get like little soft tissues. I don't remember Huey having. He had I think a hammy or a calf.
Yeah, little minors and comes back. But I like that call. So 250 for Bont this week. That'd be a good incentive to the doggies to get up for him.
It's hard to like. I was going to read out his.
Nah, it's too much.
Did you see that? His accolade. I was gonna read it. I'm not gonna read it out.
You would just hope.
Whack it on screen, but look at that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
What hasn't he done?
Just won the Brownlow. That's it.
Second in the Brownlow, 2021, 2023.
He's been favourite every year though, so you can take that.
Close, mate, you're that
He's
close.
been so close.
You said in the preseason that he's the fittest and like he's moving the best you've seen. And then he got injured.
Yeah, and then he got injured. He was winning the time trials and stuff.
Trials and shit.
But he's had some mega games.
Yeah.
And
even just coming back
you
after
just hope
time.
you just hope they don't do what Geelong did for Danger, their captain, last week for the 350th.
This is a perfect example.
Yeah.
We were talking about like big milestones. This is a big one.
There's a big.
And then I haven't seen anything.
So Sydney could rain on that parade.
Nah.
You think they get up for Bont though? He's their prince.
You
he's
think
done
they get
a lot.
up for Dangerfield?
Yeah,
even though
I
he's
know.
not a one-club player, but they
I know.
royally shit the bed on that.
So
anyway, good luck to Bont. Hopefully you kick a snag and you can celebrate with the crowd.
Yes.
You don't get the collie wobbles like Dangerfield in the first 3 shots he had. But yeah, it's a big game for them. Yeah. And I'm excited to see how Darcy goes. I'm a little fanboy.
Oh yeah.
I'm a big fanboy.
He's special.
Don't blame him in the rock. Yeah.
He's special. Don't blame him in the rock.
Next game, we got Suns versus Melbourne. Oh. And what do you think it is?
I've written down it's a danger game.
Yeah. For who? For Goldie?
For Goldie.
Yeah.
I think they're going to win.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a danger game.
Definitely a danger
because
game. Is your gut saying this?
Yeah, my gut's saying it's a danger game.
Yeah. I feel it.
Because we know Melbourne's list.
Yeah.
If they can get it right, they're dangerous. And Gold Coast, are they feeling the pinch?
Maybe.
Just a bit.
Maybe they're getting pinched and then Rouse signs and they just let go of the pinch.
I'm not feeling the pinch for them. I wasn't because of the finals. They're 2 games less than everyone because of all this bias stuff.
Yeah.
But now I've been like with all the media on my phone and that, like saying, will this be a fail if they don't make it? And so it started to pinch me a bit. And I'm thinking like, oh, well, maybe if they do lose this one, the pressure valve goes right up for them.
It'd be a sad year if they don't make finals. I'd feel for the boys.
Yeah.
I'd feel for them like, well, it's no one else's fault, but I just feel for them.
Yeah.
You can't do so much so well, get to round 16, drop out of the 8, and then...
I think 4 weeks ago I said there's no way they're missing the finals now.
Yeah.
Like there's not a chance in hell. They're going to be top 4.
It only takes 2 losses. Like,
it's crazy.
And then,
it's just...
and that game end of the year they have up their sleeve, lose that.
Yeah.
That could be the game to get him in the finals.
It could be.
And that's too much pressure for these boys.
Yeah. Like it'll be...
GWS loss, that was a finals that was a big test for finals.
So I just think this is a danger game with Gawn, Petrarca, Oliver. Like they just have to get going. If they play a good game, then it's game on.
Yeah.
You know, Melbourne can just turn it on. They've got the caliber players.
It's the worst team to play against because you don't know who's going to turn up.
Exactly.
Like if they turn up, you got Cozzy kicking 5 and 6.
Exactly. They've got genuine
and everything in the back
A-graders, all Australians.
Gawn would have 30 and 41 hit outs or something, or Petrarca
possibly the best
40.
ruck ever to have played the game.
Yeah, so it's annoying. It's an annoying team because you don't know.
You just don't know.
Tipster's nightmare.
Yeah, they are.
Get it right, Melbourne.
Come on, you guys are good.
But don't get it right this weekend.
Yeah, don't.
All right, it is the battle of the wannabe Tasmanian teams. It is Hawthorn versus Roos. And it's a sellout crowd. Both teams have heavy support in Tassie. That's what you have written.
Yeah.
I'll say yes, they do.
Tell me that. Tell me about it.
They don't. It's not real. But like as a kid, it's all these people who are supporting Hawthorn and Kangaroos. They're juniors. They're like probably like 20s, like low 20s, or like teenagers who have grown up like because they're the two teams that they get to see. That they see. Hawthorn especially because the glory days when they won like 50 premierships or 4, obviously 4, but they had the Tassie logo on their chest, on their jumper. So like we always like think, oh, Tassie Hawthorn.
They had to do parades down there and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember the Birchie and Hodgie, telling me. And I was like,
well, Birchie is a Tasmanian boy, so you would have
and I was like, really? You had to, but
they do it in Melbourne and they go to Tassie.
And they go to Tassie, another flight, a party flight, as it would be, which is awesome. That's what I always said about the interstate teams winning. You get to party that night in Melbourne, fly back, you get playing on
Berry said, was it Berry? When he came on the potty, he's like, the flight was one of the best things.
Yeah, see, that's great to me for the interstate teams.
That's cool.
You know, you get a little party on the plane, back in your home state, go again.
So the Roos are south. So they play at Blunston Arena. That's the south fans. North is Hawthorn. So they're playing at UTAS.
But it's not a rivalry, or it is?
No way.
Yeah.
No, these it's irrelevant. Like
it's
no
not
one cares.
South. I'm Kangaroos. North. You're
No.
It's not like that.
No, so it's probably more Hawthorns than down south.
Yeah,
they're saying that's who plays where. But yeah, the Roos form. Everyone's licking their lips with how they went on the weekend.
They're loving it.
I didn't watch it.
I didn't. Because Carlton were playing?
Yeah. Big fan. Yeah. I didn't watch it. So I heard they're unsociable. They were physical. They played the way we think the shin bone of spirit should be played.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's great to hear. Can they do it to the Hawks? That's the thing.
They did it to Carlton. And we know where Carlton are at right now.
Exactly. Hawthorn,
it's a different team.
More settled, more talent at the moment.
But in saying that, they had a draw with the Lions in Tassie.
Yeah.
So...
Can you say that the Blues are going to be sore when they play this week? They're going to be sore bodies.
Yeah.
The Roos will be sore too. You can't throw so much into a game and then not feel.
Well, they might be. Effects. I mean, they didn't kick a goal in the last quarter. They didn't score.
Yeah. So I'm saying they might be. They could have been like, oh, fuck, like you can't do it for 4 quarters.
And I think the Hawks are coming off a bye, so
they just run. They'll run.
Yeah. Yeah. I would
Roos
imagine.
would have had a quiet week on the track.
Yeah.
They'll just.
Yeah, I would imagine Hawks are ripping ready to go.
So you got to think about this, people. You got to think about it. Shoe on the other foot. Think about how if one team's going to be, they're going to be busted up and sore. Like I know from experience, doesn't matter if you got a W on the back when you finish that game, you are still sore. So that's a big game
for sure.
I do love to see the Roos doing also good.
Okay,
like not great. They're not ever going to be.
It's not.
I don't think I'm going to see them be great. It's good to see them like beat some teams.
I think you'll see him come good before you're dead.
Oh yeah, but like Any team.
We won't be here.
Lions were second last ladder. We came second on top of the ladder. But I'm not going to be on a potty in the Fortitude Valley with one of my best mates.
No, we won't
talking about, oh mate, the Roos.
If we are,
this will be okay. This will be us if we're doing the Roos when they're finally good. Oh, who is the Roos guy? Who was that? Was that what's his name? The guy with the helmet, Tristan.
Yeah, Zeri.
Is he still playing, Reese?
No, mate, he died 20 years ago.
I
can't say that.
Fuck. Rest in peace, Tristan. Sorry. You
But,
did great.
we won't be, yeah.
Okay. Hey, if there was, a quick question on top of that.
Yeah.
He didn't die. He's not going to die. If he was an All-Australian done right now today, who's the number one ruck?
Oh,
Gawn, Jerry, or...
Darcy Cameron from Collingwood. Gawn just. Just.
That's with no stats in front of us.
No stats. Just... He's shouldered a lot for Melbourne and...
Yeah. The bloke has like 6 or something jackets, I think.
Yeah, just Gawny right now.
So
still.
they shared it last year, didn't they? They were both in the team last year.
Yeah, they were both in the team.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Hang on, okay, so... is it Zeri or Jerry? I don't know how to say it.
Cherry, I think.
Cherry.
Yeah.
Daly Cherry Evans.
Yeah, Daly Cherry Evans.
Is he... He's not tall, is he? He's not like Ruckman tall.
I don't think it's like when you look at him like...
He's 6'4", is it? 6'4", 6'5"?
Is he? Yeah.
I think.
Okay. I think,
I'm just thinking.
Yeah.
I'd like to know. Hey, Siri.
Gawn.
Okay, Gawn. All right, sweet. Well, it's going to be a game. I'm not going to watch it, obviously, but it'll be interesting to see how the Roos go in the battle of the fake Tassie teams. So it's one to watch. I don't know.
Well, it's got him down at 202.
That's very tall.
That's very tall.
Yeah, I don't think he's that tall.
That's
Do we know anyone at North? I could ask Huey Greenwood. Is he still playing?
No, but there's like Simpkin and those boys there.
I'm not going to ask any of those guys. I like them, but I'm not asking him. Anyway, the next game is Collingwood versus West Coast. Oh. Yeah, just another easy W for Collingwood. They are flying at the moment.
I must say, it's not my favourite week of footy. We've had some big clashes.
Yeah.
And
you've gone off a high to like
there's probably
and your team's not playing.
And my team, that's why I'm probably not so fired up for this week.
But that's why you're excited for Carlton and Port.
Footy is footy.
Yeah.
So
now, this obviously made the headlines, and I love it. You think this guy...
I know why you like it.
You think this guy is like, he's a father, he's a son of a gun, he's the prince of Collingwood.
He's got to captain them.
He's going to captain them. He has already, and they won.
He's going to be a full-timer soon.
He's going to be full-timer soon, and he's just like the best thing since sliced bread. So he's going to be probably a one-club player, let's just say that.
Yeah.
But I like Nick Dacos as dangling a little fucking something. Just, I don't know what, just dangling it.
Yeah.
Where's the carrot? Where's that carrot? He'll chase after it. He just wants a bag. He just wants to let everyone know, hey, like, I'm here. I'm the best in the comp. But what have you guys got for me?
$1 billion.
We need a bill.
He needs a bill.
I need a billy.
And he's gone.
Just get me a billy.
Yeah.
Or I'm out. I'm going to Tassie for 4 milli.
Yeah, so what did he say, Rob?
He just said, so he got posed the question. Someone goes like, oh, Tassie coming in 2028. What do you think about that? Long story short, he goes, I'd never rule out anything. And then he goes to say like, oh yeah, obviously, I love Carlton, I'm going to be here. Collingwood, I'm going to be here, all that kind of stuff. But I just love the fact that he said that.
Well, he's contracted to 2029.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
they're in at 28. So
imagine what he could get for him.
Oh, massive.
If he genuinely wanted to piss off, they could get 4. Yeah, and think what Tassie's going to have. They've got like 14 picks in the first round.
Yeah, but
you're going to give everything for him.
So it's 28 they come in.
Yeah, if he wants out.
To 29.
Yeah, but you know what? No one breaks contracts when they've still got one.
They want to... Yeah, well, I know that. But they'd want to save some pennies if he doesn't leave until 29.
Yeah, but if they actually want to re-sign him, they will. They'll re-sign him before 2028.
Well, he might keep him holding.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you want to, if they're going to try and re-sign him, he wants a bag, brother.
Yeah, Tassie, don't spend your money like too early, all of it.
No, you'd throw everything at him. I don't give a shivers.
No, yeah, throw it at Nick. Just don't throw it at someone else before you get Nick.
They'll save it.
Save it. Save your money.
The AFL, they'll give him a little couple of.
Yeah, make sure you have it in the bank for him. That's what I'm saying.
He'll buy a house. He'll be the first person ever to build a house on top of Mount Wellington.
Yeah, and then the coach said, if he goes, I'm going with him. So maybe McRae will coach down there too.
Imagine that. Has that ever happened?
McRae comes, Dacos is captain.
Has that ever happened?
No. Only Ross Lyon and like Zach Dawson for Fremantle.
Dorso.
You know, he took Dorso over with him, started playing him. But that's the only.
Dorso! Yeah. That's a name.
Yeah, Zach Dawson. So.
Oh, he was not it. But hey, good bloke. This game is just, I don't have anything to say. Like, they're gonna pump him.
And Nick's gonna get tagged.
And he's gonna get tagged by who?
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Probably like a young gun, a young first player. Just first game, I'll just give it to him. Who's that bloke? McCarthy. They got one who just played.
Yeah,
he's 24 years old. He had a great debut. I don't know if he played on the weekend. Boom. Hey, here's a role for you.
Imagine if they get the job done on him.
You can't bash him though, because there's too many free kicks.
Yeah, imagine if they get the job somehow done on him.
How about like you just put 3 blokes on him?
Nah, then they get pumped by 200.
Who cares? No. Hear me out. It's obviously far-fetched and never going to happen. Put 3 blokes on him and then have a full defence. No forward, like 3 forwards. Who West Coast got forward? No one. Okay, so...
Oscar Allen's not playing. He's at Brisbane already.
Yeah, so they got no one. Yeah. So if you want Dacos, you want to shut him down, just do that.
Yeah.
Team effort. All right, let's get off that game because that stinks. Richmond versus Adelaide. That's another stinker. Where is it?
At the G.
Who cares? Adelaide smack them.
By a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. And if Adelaide are the real deal, they'll pump them.
But when you play a poo team, you come to that level.
Yeah, we know what happened in the granny.
Oh my God, the standing thing.
This is like...
How many players are still on that team? Like 4 or 5?
No.
Not even that.
Oh, Laird, Tex.
Yep.
If Brody Smith's playing, I don't know.
I saw him in a cafe in Adelaide.
Was even Riley O'Brien the ruck back then?
Yes.
Right, well, that's it.
I can't think of any other ruckman. But yes, I'm saying 4 or 5. I was pretty good.
Yeah. It would have been Jacobs, bro. It wouldn't have even been
Sauce.
Yeah, it wouldn't have even been Riley O'Brien. So
Sauce, if you ever watch this, man, I fucking love you.
Yeah, of course you do, because you're a Sauce head yourself.
Yeah, we're Sauce brothers. I went to Vegas, so my first year...
was at Carlton with you?
Yeah, he played the Blues with me. So my first year, I was 19 and I somehow got on the footy trip to Vegas.
Yeah.
And I was going to use his ID to go.
Perfect.
And he didn't turn up to the airport. He got the collie wobbles and left.
Oh, so you didn't have an ID?
So I didn't have an ID.
Oh, good on your Sauce.
I had to scratch the number off the back of my thing.
Oh, well, it worked.
It didn't work, but they don't check IDs when there's like 40 blokes trying to get into a place.
Yeah, true.
It's like pop like money and then everyone walks in.
Yeah, correct.
I didn't get into a couple of places.
So yeah, Adelaide.
I didn't get into. I was flat about that.
If Adelaide, if you're the real deal top 4 team,
smack
you will smack
them
at the G.
60 points minimum.
I wouldn't mind seeing one of the Adelaide players just kick a goal and do the power stance just for a laugh.
That'd actually be very funny.
Just one of them. So one of the younger boys. But anyway,
let's get into this game, and this is a big one for you.
Huge.
Because you love this guy. Mm-hmm. Do you like him or not?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, well, it's the Ross Cup. The Ross Line Cup.
I like him because I like him. I like because
you like his presence.
His entertainment.
Yeah, you like his presence. It's Saints versus Fremantle. Now, where is it? Because you got to put the team first where the game is.
Well, it is at Freo's home ground.
Well, there we go. Now I know.
I know all
now
up
I know.
here.
But
you don't.
So it's Fremantle versus St Kilda. Over there, Freo lost by 10 goals earlier in the year. To who?
To St Kilda.
Wow.
Huge.
When did that happen?
Earlier this year when Freo was stinking up, when they were the vanilla style game plan.
When we were just talking shit about them.
Yeah, when we were ripping them a new one.
Freo going for 6 straight.
Yep.
Hasn't that changed?
They have caught fire.
And who is annoying the hell out of us in the DMs? And this guy, no one knows who this guy is, but you don't understand. He is the most annoyingest supporter of AFL I've ever seen in my life. Fremantle supporter. Tasmanian born. Lives in Brisbane, supports Fremantle. I don't know why.
Likes bodybuilding.
That's his gym buddy.
So.
But he just, every single article or post or anything that has to do with Fremantle or Sarong will send it to us.
Just wants us to talk about it.
And he'll just run you down if if the Lions might lose or something, nothing.
Yeah, he does like ladder predictions and stuff and said, you boys are going to finish in this spot. And then they won against Geelong. So I said, did that fuck it? He said, yep.
He reckons he claimed stuff ages ago. It's like, you don't say anything. But I reckon 8 games ago, he was like, our team sucks. I'm never supporting them again.
Yeah.
And then they get on the street.
Well, we made a bet. If Lions finish higher than Freo, he has to buy a Lions membership next year.
Really?
Yeah, and I know he won't stay to it, but that was the deal.
I'm not going to lie. I haven't read any of our chat.
But, this is Ross Lyon Cup, and I feel like St Kilda have always got Freo's measure.
Yeah. What's the matchup then? Like, obviously, King's not playing. He's out for the season.
Ross gets him up for this one because he was there at Freo.
Yeah, so he knows that he doesn't know the game plan because there's a new coach and stuff, but he knows the players a little bit.
Yeah. They're going for their 6th straight.
Well, let me check. I want to see what the past few games have been like, bar obviously that one. So
they've versed a lot of top 8 teams.
Yeah, so 6th versus 15th. And then we have, I don't want to go to that. And then we have the summary. So, okay, the last matches they've played. St Kilda whipped their buttholes, 61 points. And then last year, Freo won the same year. They only play once a year, every single year.
Yeah.
It's even. It's 50-50.
50-50.
So it's anyone's game. But like, obviously Saints beat them by 61. They know the blueprint.
Yeah. But
now it's over there.
What the list says for Fremantle, they should smash St Kilda.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like Saints have got their measure at the moment. It's their bunny team.
Well, they're gone for 6 in a row, and the Saints have won 1 in 5.
Yeah. They're not looking too good.
And the teams have lost against pretty good teams. You got Pies, they just lost to Bulldogs. They beat Melbourne, lost to the Suns, and then lost to Eagles.
Yeah.
So they'd be like, I don't know where they're at.
They actually gave Pies a bit of a shake-up, but then last quarter dropped the bundle. No, it doesn't. So, yeah, this is a Ross Lyon Cup.
Yeah.
I'm expecting Freo to probably win that game over in
convincingly
and get 6 straight and become a real threat to some top 8 teams in the finals.
Yeah, they could finish higher as... Actually, I don't want to predict it. I'll just see what happens.
I don't think they will be a top 4.
They won't be top 4.
So...
All right, but hey, that's it. That's a few games we've talked about. Now, let's get... What do you got?
No, that's good.
Oh, I thought you pointed.
I thought you were saying that was it.
Oh, no. Well, that's it. Let's get stuck into the quick rapid-fire tips race. Now, we need quick. We don't even think about it. Port Adelaide versus Carlton at Adelaide Oval. Port. Sydney Swans versus Bulldogs at SCG.
Bulldogs.
Sydney Swans. Ooh. Yep. Gold Coast versus Melbourne Demons at People First Stadium.
Oh, Suns.
Yeah, Suns for me. Big out for Melbourne. We don't want to say what, but just think about that. All right, we got Hawthorn versus North Melbourne in UTAS Stadium.
Go the Hawks.
$1.14 to $5.80.
I'll go the Hawks.
We have the Collingwood Magpies. Me. Hawks, yeah, 100%. Collingwood Magpies versus West Coast. It is at Marvel. Obviously, Collingwood.
Yeah.
We have Richwood versus Adelaide Crows at MCG.
Adelaide.
Yeah, Adelaide. That's a 3:15 game. Not going to watch that.
Yeah.
Flagmantle versus St Kilda, Optus Stadium, $1.27 for Freo, $3.80 for Saints.
And I'll go for Freo.
Yeah, me too. The bye, it is Lions, Essendon, Cattery, and Giants. That's a good 3 out of 4 teams in the bye.
Yeah, that's really hurt me this round.
Last bye of the year. And then we are back to business.
Let's go.
We've got games galore.
That's what I want.
This is the fun part of the year.
Yes.
The fun part.
Yeah.
I remember last year, it was fun.
It was fun.
Every game matters now.
Yes.
None of this
And will I have my shirt off on Instagram again watching Lions footy?
Yeah.
Probably. But if I'm looking too fat from my bolt, probably not.
Maybe do your cut just around
maybe. So all those haters can comment and say, well, you get your shirt off when I live in Brisbane and it's 30 degrees and I'm sweating watching the footy.
We're in the sauna house too. There's like a fucking aircon goes in one room.
Exactly.
And we're sweating bricks, not doing drugs.
That is it.
Yeah, that is it for preview round 16. Second episode of the week. We don't muck around. Big week last week. My last footy game this weekend, and then it's 100% focus on the potty.
See, can you guys keep him accountable this? I try to, but he does get a little bit tired. But anyway, that is it. Thank you for all your support. We're going to crack in. Our schedule is going to be well and truly set. It's not going to be all over the place. Yeah. And we'll bring you some good content and footage.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Peace out, A-Town.